Merhaba arkadaşlar, hoş geldiniz. Bugün beyaz lahana ve pazı sarması yapacağız. We are going to be making beyaz lahana and ve pazı sarması. White cabbage and spinach wraps. Let me show you the white cabbage first of all. A big white cabbage. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be taking the leaves, getting rid of this front layer first, and then taking the leaves, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. And then pazı, which is this. It's called spinach. We know it as spinach. In Turkish, it's called Pazı. This is also spinach in English. And this is called Spinach. So it's not this that we're going to be using. It's this one, Pazı. So that's the difference. They're both called spinach. This is called Spinach. And this is called Pazı. So it's this one that you want. Okay. Continue with the ingredients. Malzemeler, ingredients. Beyaz lahana, white cabbage. Ispanak, spinach. Kıyma, minced meat, and that's optional. So it's up to you if you want to make it a vegetarian one or if you want to have minced meat in it. Then beyaz pirinç, white rice. Maydanoz, parsley, soğan, onion, domates salçası, tomato puree, doğranmış domates. Doğranmış means chopped. Chopped tomatoes. In the summer, when it's fresh tomatoes, we peel the skin and we'll chop it up and use it that way. During the winter months, we make our own the fresh tomatoes. We do like tin tomatoes you'd get back home. We actually make these and we use it throughout the winter months. And when it's time to make them again, I will do a video on that for you. So that's doğranmış domates, chopped tomatoes, tin of tomatoes. If it's in season, then use real tomatoes. Limon, lemon, zeytinyağı, olive oil, tuz, salt, karabiber, black peppers, pul biber, chili flakes, chili pepper. And then ellerimize sağlık. When we make something, it doesn't matter what we make. If it's food or if it's we've made a garment, we've made a handcraft, we say ellerimize sağlık. Ellerine sağlık. Thank you for your effort, well done, you know, sort of praising way. It's a nice gesture. So because we're going to be making it, we're going to say ellerimize sağlık to all of us because we're all going to make it, right? So you're going to write all this down and you're going to have a go. Good. And then we'll say afiyet olsun. So for now, we'll say kolay gelsin. Hope it goes easy. And that's your ingredients. So I hope you write it down and you have a go. The other thing I wanted to say is I'm going to use white rice, beyaz pirinç, but sometimes they do use bulgur, the crack wheat, but I prefer it with white rice. So I'm going to do it today with rice. Okay, so that's our recipe. Now then, I've got saucepan full of water started to boil already, but I'm going to show you how the ingredients we're going to mix up now. So I've got minced meat, so that goes in. I have washed a little bit of white rice, so that's going to go on top. Then, so that's your white rice. you do get the yellow ones, and it's the white one that we're going to use. I might as well show you the bulgur. That's bulgur, cracked wheat. I'll just show you a little bit. So that's the cracked wheat. So sometimes instead of the white rice they will use this. If you're diabetic, you might want to do that because white rice has a lot of sugar, and this is more healthy for you, but I think it tastes better with the white rice. So that's my choice. Into that I have got 1 chopped onion, and I've got parsley, just to show you parsley because I know sometimes people do get this confused. This is parsley. Okay, so that's parsley, maydanoz. Maydanoz. You get coriander that looks the same, but the coriander has a more heavy smell. So this is the maydanoz. Okay. So I've got some chopped up already. I've got 1 heaped spoon of tomato puree. And like I said, I've got my own tomatoes that I've made end of October, some way like that. So I'll put generous amount of that. Good old olive oil, yes. I like my olive oil. So, olive oil. I've got juice of 1 lemon. And then we just need to put our seasoning. So, salt. Oh, I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of salt into the water as well. That's boiling. Black pepper, karabiber, and chili flakes, a little bit of that. And then that's it. We're going to mix it all up, and that's going to be our filling. Okay. But in the meanwhile, I'm just going to show you how you would prepare this. So with the spinach, what I do is grab a knife and I'll fold it in half and get rid of this middle bit. And then I have that. So that it will go into a bowl to be washed. I mean, we can either cut that in half into 2 little wraps, or you can do 1. I would say I'll do 1 with that. But if they're larger ones, then what I tend to do is once it comes out of the boiling water, I would cut it in across here and use this as 1, and then I would have 2 side bits, so I would have 3. If it was a bit larger, that's what I would do. I may actually do that as a 2 wrap. So you go, and you just fold it in half and get rid of this bit in the middle. Now, once you wash this, what I'll do is I'll leave it in water first and then I'll wash them. But I just wanted to show you how long you would actually leave this in the boiling water, because you don't want to leave it too long, otherwise they will just flake away. So into the boiling water. I'm going to show you. Oops, should I put the thing underneath? I would get a bowl of cold water. So that would be ready. You would have cold water in a bowl, and then you would have your washed leaves into the water that we've just added a teaspoon of water. You will just mix it up like that and take it off and shock it straight away. That's all. You don't actually boil this. If you leave it in there too long, you won't be able to wrap it up. It will just disappear. So that's how you would do that. Put that back on there. I'll turn it off actually for a minute. And then obviously once that's done, you will then sieve it, and then it'll be ready for you to use. Now that's how we would prepare this spinach. With the white cabbage, what you want to do is, you see, I'm just cutting all the hard bits here. Right. And then what I would do, right, this is too rough to, it's Yankee, the first covers, we wouldn't be using them, so I would just get rid of these. Okay, so all this will be thrown away. And then we come to the inside. Now you can just cut diagonally into this centre to take this head off. I won't be using the whole lot. If you wanted, there's several ways that you can do this. So I would just take that the middle, the centre out, and then it becomes easier for you to take. You can see where it's wrapped, so you know which one you got to take off first. So I'll take off this one first. Try your best as much as you can not to rip it. Obviously they do get ripped. And then once you have pieces taken off like that, I would get rid of this middle bit. So I would take this middle bit, and then you'd have pieces like that, and I would just cut them like this, put them in water to be washed, and then they will go into the boiling water, but they will actually be left in there a good 5 minutes at least, and then taken out into cold water, giving it a shock. So like I said, I won't be doing too many. But if you're like a big family and you're going to use, there are big saucepans that they have, and you can actually put the whole thing like this into the water and you can boil it that way. Another way is you would put the whole thing into the freezer, and then when you want to use, you take it out, straight out from the freezer, you put it in a big dish, you know, a baking dish or something that would hold, or a bowl. And what you would do like this, you would pour boiling hot water. So boil your kettle, and by pouring the hot water, it releases the leaves, and it comes out quite easy. And you'll find that you can actually, I see you don't have to boil it then. That actually does the same sort of thing. It softens the leaves up, but that's if you're going to be using the whole lot. Like I said, I won't be using a lot, so I'm just going to be taking the middle bit off, like so, and then just cutting them like so, and that's it. So I'll be washing these, but first of all I'm going to do the Pazı's first, and as you can, well, I don't know if you can see a bit, it becomes really soft enough for you to wrap. So you would put it in your filling, and then you would wrap it up, but I will show you that. This is, I will do this into two. Okay, so once this is cooled, what you would do is you would take it out and put it to sieve. So first of all, I'm going to wash and do all my Pazı, and then sieve them, and then I'm going to boil my Beyaz Lahana, and then I will come back and show you how to wrap them. Okay, let's see you in a bit. Okay, welcome back. I've got this much left. I haven't emptied the water out, still in the saucepan in case I need to do a bit more. So I'll leave that aside. Just want to show you as well, you know when we take the middle bits out, well, if they're quite nice to eat, you can chop them up like so. Have them as dips into your hummus or whatever, and they are tasty. So I've got a plate, so we're going to start wrapping them up. As I showed you, you're basically just dipping this in and taking it out. And then while it's in water, it's quite easier for you to get it out of water and just put it round so that it's easy for you to get hold of them afterwards, rather than putting them in a sieve and then trying to open them up. I've got my mixture ready. It's quite watery with the chopped tomatoes and the mince, I mean not the mince, the olive oil. Once I wrap them up, I'm going to be layering them out in my saucepan, and then we're going to put a plate on top to press it down. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. We'll cover it with water and put it on to boil. As soon as it starts boiling, you turn it down and you just let it simmer until it's cooked. You test it until it's cooked, until all the juice is gone. So that's what we're going to do. But I'm not going to be adding it straight into the plate. I want to do my Pazı first, and then I will do the Lahana, and then I'm going to put them in a tray and then sort them out afterwards. But I just wanted to show you how we would do it. So this one isn't big enough to do two, so I'm just going to use this as one. Can you see? Yeah. You just get your mixture. And put it in. The whole idea is you want to like cover the sides so you don't get any out, and then you just roll it. You just roll it like so, and then just put them. So let's see if I've got a bigger one. That's a really tiny one, so I'll just need to put a tiny bit in that one. And then just roll it. Trying to find a big one, but can't. They're all small, so it's all going to be wrapped up in the same way. So again, just a little bit in the middle. And then just roll it like so. I wouldn't worry too much if the ends are not closed, because once they're in the saucepan, they're not going to be expanding out. So, and then we'll show you some of these. Like I said, you need to boil this one a bit further, a bit longer. Let me see if I can get a long one to cut through. That's a small one as well. Well, anyway, let me just show you. So the longer side first, I would just... This is how we make the one with the mince. Now, without the mince, then instead of parsley, we put mint, and we wrap them up larger, and we call that yalancı dolma. Yalancı means a liar, false. And we do it that way. That's the separate way anyway. We call it yalancı dolma. I've got a bigger piece here. So that's a bigger piece. You don't want to wrap it all up. So what you want to do is put it on your plate and cut it. So you've got smaller pieces. So again, just get your mixture, put it in like so, and you just wrap them up like so. So I'm going to continue doing this, and then I will come back to you once I've got it all wrapped up and into the saucepan. See you in a bit. Bye. Merhaba. Here we are. We've finished with our wraps. Lahana, beyaz lahana ve pazı sarma. You put the lahana first, the white cabbage first, and then you would put your spinach on top. Now, the plate that I've used as I was wrapping it up, you get all the juice. I wouldn't get rid of that. I would pour that on top. And then this was a tray that I had them in until I finished. So again, I would put that on top. And then you get yourself a plate that would fit this saucepan. Put it on top like so. Have a teaspoon of salt. Cover this up with water. And the salt obviously runs down the sides. So now we've got the wraps all covered, and we've pressed it down with a plate, and then we just put in the lid on, and when we're ready to cook, so you would prepare it in earlier, and then you would cook it nearer time. It takes about an hour or so to cook. Watch it when you first put it on, wait for it to boil, and then once it starts boiling, you turn it down really low and just let it on a low heat until it's cooked, until all the juice goes, and then you can take one out and taste it, and it should be cooked. And that's it. With the white cabbage, you can't really freeze it. I mean, sometimes you would do the vine leaves or the spinach wraps, and you can do extras and then save half of it, put it in a container and put it in the freezer and take it another time to cook it. With the white lahana, the white cabbage, it doesn't really work well, but spinach and the vine leaves or the peppers that we do the same mixture, and you fill the green peppers. We do the patlıcan, which is aubergines, and Cabbage, which is courgettes. There's all different ways of doing it. We'll do them as we progress with this videos. So this is it. I'm not going to put it on now because I'm going to be going out, and it's still early. It's coming up to 1 o'clock. I will be cooking this more or less about 6 o'clock. I'll be putting this on. By the time we sit down to eat about 7, half 7. And that'll be our dinner. Okay. Afiyet olsun size de. Kolay gelsin. Kolay gelsin. Ellerinize sağlık. Görüşürüz.